O believers, say, who is the owner of the possession? Who is the owner of the possession? When everything will have passed away and there will be nothing left to see, to hear, or to have, when all the stars have become dust particles and even the dust particles will have disappeared from existence, when all souls have been taken away, when Sayyidina Azrail alayhi salam, the angel of death, has taken all souls and then tasted death himself, when only the Lord will be alone and unique in the existence of his own existence again. As in the beginning, a voice will arise in the silence of nothingness and say, who is the owner of the possessions now? There will be no one to answer him. So a timeless time will pass. Then this question will resonate again in the nothingness of nothingness. Who is the owner of the possession? No answer. There is nothing. And so many timeless times will pass, and then this question will arise again. Who is the owner of the possession? And the Lord will answer himself, Malik al-Mulk, the Lord of all possessions, Allah, the Lord, he is the owner of all possessions. And man, foolish man, unsuspecting man, ignorant man, claims to know something in this world, or desires to own something. And there will be so many disputes over something that is not really there. At the latest, when you are lying on your deathbed, you will realize this, but you won't be able to tell anymore. Until then you can claim to be something, to own something. From then on, even if you are a Rockefeller, you have to leave everything behind that was never really yours in the first place. What is that we have in this world? And when we have something in our hands, even our own life, our eyes, our ears, our 360 organs, our members, the members of our own body. And man says, I am the president of this club with my 360 members. In fact, not a single one of these organs belongs to you. What does the Lord say about this? He says, everything is an entrustment. Nothing belongs to you, O man. Even the mind, your mind, belongs to me, not to you. Everything I have given to you is an entrustment. That is why they say, brush your teeth. The Lord wants you to keep yourself pure, to guard your body against diseases and dirt. Also, you should guard your own soul against so many invisible types of filth, invisible spiritual types of filth. What are the rules, commandments and prohibitions for? It's precisely because everything is entrusted to you and you should handle it with care. You should handle your life with care. It's all a trust. No one can really own anything.
Niemand kann wirklich was in Wirklichkeit Besitz haben.
All possessions belong to Him, to Allah, and He is Malikul Mulk, the Lord of all possession. There was a Sahaba, a disciple of Sayyidina Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He had a sick son. He said to his wife, take good care of him, O wife, I have to go to work now. While he was at work, the child died. It did not survive that day. Then another disciple of the Prophet came. He was an imam, and he performed all the rituals, and he buried the child before the father came home from work. He said to this woman, "O woman, when your husband comes home, do not tell him right away that your child has passed away." And when the sun went down, the man came back home from work, and he said, "Oh woman, how is our child?" And the woman said, "Better than before." "All right then," said the man, and they sat down to eat. Then the man said, "Let's go and look after the child." "Before we look at the child, I have a question," said the woman. If someone is entrusted with something, and if the owner of this trust wants the entrusted thing back, should it be given back to him, or should one claim that it is mine and you have no more claims on it? "No, that is outrageous," said the man. "It's impossible. This is a trust. It is sacred. And it's a matter of trust. Of course you have to give it back when the owner demands it back." That's why it is called a trust. You can't claim that it belongs to you now. "If what you say is the truth," the woman said, "then know that your son is dead. So you know, and that he has already been buried." "Well then," said the man, "the entrustment is back in the hand of its owner. But let us go to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and ask him for a prayer." They went to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and they went to the Prophet, peace be upon him, and told him the story. Sayyidina Muhammad opened his hands and said, "O Allah, for the patience and the decency shown by these disciples of mine and this family, and for being able to bear this situation so well and let go of the trust, returning it into the hands of its owner without complaining and without whining. May you give them an even better gift for it." And behold, after exactly 9 months, 9 days and 9 hours, a boy was born.
Später kam ein Junge wieder in die Welt.
And Sayyidina Muhammad gave him the name Abdullah.
Gab ihm den Namen
And this is the Abdullah who has transmitted so many ahadith, a great scholar.
ein ganz großer Gelehrter.
He grew up in the hands of the Prophet and was educated by him directly.
Wie nennt man das? Erzogen.
Oh people, do
Ihr
not
Leute, in dieser Welt
let yourselves be
lasst euch
distracted
nicht
from
ablenken
this world.
und täuschen und dann am
Do not be
am
deceived
Ende
so as
des Weges
not to
des
leave this
Lebens
world
enttäuscht
disappointed
verlassen
at the
dieser
end
Welt.
of your life. Do
Tut
not do
euch das
this
nicht
to
an.
yourselves.
Es ist alles
It is all
ein
nothing but a trust.
Und
Allah
Allah
does not
macht
like
diese
this claim,
Behauptung
this
nicht.
is mine.
Ist meins.
That someone says, this is
Dass
mine.
jemand sagt, ist meins.
Don't say that.
Sag das nicht.
Say, O Lord, everything
Sagt,
is
"O
a
Herr,
trust,
es ist alles ein
your
Anvertrauen,
trust,
dein
and we have
Anvertrauen,
the task
und wir
of
haben die
protecting it,
Aufgabe, so gut wie möglich
protecting
zu
it as
hüten,
well
zu
as possible
beüben
and taking care to keep it
dafür zu
exactly
sorgen, dass
right
es genau,
and good
richtig,
and
gut zu halten
and to give it
ist.
back
Und dann wieder,
when the
wenn
time
die
has
Zeit
come
gekommen ist,
without complaining,
bei der Abgabe zu
without
machen,
complaining
abzugeben,
and without
ohne
clinging to it,
jammern, sich beschweren, ohne festzuklammern, dass man
that we release it, that we can let go of it.
loslassen kann.
All the arguments, all
Alle
these
Streit und
arguing and
Probleme
problems stem
haben
from the
diesen,
fact
wie nennt man das, diese
from the
kommt
fact
daher,
that one claims to
weil
be
man
the owner
behauptet,
of a possession,
behaupten hat, Besitzer eines
or to
Besitzes
be the owner of
oder
something which has
Besitzer
been
eines
entrusted
Anvertrauen zu sein.
upon you. There is a saying, a proverb amongst the Turks
Wenn jemand
about
untauglich
someone
und
who is unfit
inkompetent
and
ist, aber
incompetent but claims to
will
be something
behaupten hier,
and can do
wäre
something.
etwas und könnte etwas,
They say you can't
den
even
kann man
entrust
nicht mal
2
zwei
sheep to him.
Schafe anvertrauen, sagt man bei uns.
Jackals would
Sofort würden
immediately
Schakale
eat them
sie
before
aufgefressen haben,
he
bevor
even
er
started to hurt
damit angefangen
them.
sie zu hüten.
May we become good shepherds,
Mögen wir gute Hirten
but never
werden,
claim to be
aber
the
niemals die
owners
Behauptung
of a
haben,
trust.
Besitzer eines
Everything is
Anvertrauen.
God's trust.
Alles ist
In the
Anvertrauen
beginning
Gottes.
and in the end,
Am Anfang und am
everything
Ende
belongs
ist
to
gehört
Him
alles ihm.
and no one else.